Yep, yep. But Joe, gotta talk about these birds, man. Gotta talk about these birds, man. I came on here and I said the Eagles are gonna win their next 4 games in a row. They're gonna
Hmm.
come out smoking. Um, and they came out and they was in a dogfight with the Cleveland Browns. Looked up at halftime and it was tied. I was trying to flick back and forth between after we went up 10. I was trying to flip back and forth between the Commanders game and the Eagles game, trying to keep tabs on both. Then I noticed the game was tied. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just focus on the Eagles game because, like, no matter what happens in that game, we gotta
We gotta
win.
win.
We gotta win. like even my wife got me on Instagram looking crazy watching the game. I'm like, dang, man, you gotta put me out there like that. But all in all, man, after the Eagles win this past Sunday, do you feel better, worse, or the same about the Philadelphia Eagles?
Yo, shout out to your wife. I saw that I was dying laughing. She look like I deal with every Sunday. All right?
Sitting right in front of the TV,
I'm
breaking it down, like,
looking
man,
at
you
stress.
serious?
Look
Like,
at it. I'm
man,
like,
man,
wait. He was like, yo, pajamas
man.
on the field. Eagles gear, have pajamas.
Man, like, dog, what's going on, man?
He's like, man, they lose. He got his Eagles gear on because they win. We gonna turn up. Well, they lose. Got my
Man,
pajamas on, going right to sleep.
I'm going, I'm taking a beastie nap. I'm getting right in the bed. I'm getting right in the bed.
So, do I feel better, worse, or the same about the Eagles? I feel the same right now. All
Mhm.
right, from last week. And I wanted to tell myself, what are the positives of this game? Number one, Hurts didn't turn the ball over. First time he didn't turn the ball over since the Chiefs game last year, November 20th. Been a long time.
In a
I think it
minute.
was nine games in a row, right? Something like that. That's one positive. Second positive I saw against the Blitz, he wasn't too good. He was 6 from 12, which is 50%. Life for him to be a little better than that. But both of his touchdowns came off the Blitz. One to Devontae Smith on the mesh, your favorite play, and one to AJ Brown on the fly route, one of your other favorite plays. All right, on the go route.
Facts, facts, facts.
so I gave him props for that, but I was expecting more because now y'all got blown out by the Buccaneers. It was funny, I was laughing, but I understood the situation. Y'all didn't have Lane Johnson. Y'all didn't have AJ Brown. Y'all didn't have Devontae Smith. And the play calling was trash. You know what I mean? Like he could have ran the ball more. But it's I wiped out. That happens to most. Everybody once in a while gets a blowout like that. It happens, right? Kind of like when we said with the Bills and the Ravens, we just swept them under the rug. Okay, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
But then I really expected y'all not to just dominate, but like to look like the Eagles. You know what I mean? I feel like y'all didn't. And there were moments when y'all were very aggressive of getting the first down on third down. Like it was 3rd and 1, tush push. Okay. 3rd and 2, tush push. We getting his first down. And then on the one time you don't do it, you throw the ball. I think you got sacked, right? You get sacked,
Yes, bro.
and then you kick a field goal and it gets blocked. like I know you was in the house like, bro, come on. So that's that. Number two, a streak. Y'all still got a streak going, AJ. That I've been tracking. Y'all still haven't scored in the first quarter. That's a problem. Like I feel like me and Kevin had a situation. He was like, "Oh, most of our team." I was like, "The 2022 Eagles, they get an early lead, and they, you know what I mean, and they just, you gotta catch
You
up. We're
just
gonna
throw
run the
them off.
ball, run the clock out." He was like, "Man, 90% of our points is in second quarter." I looked it up. Y'all were third in the first quarter in scoring that year, third in the league. So and right now y'all the only team that haven't scored. And another thing, a streak did get broken that day. The Browns coming into that game were 0-26 in their last 26 third downs. 0-26. And they converted on third down against y'all. I was like, dang, like that's a bad streak. They broke the streak against y'all. And it was in that drive when like Watson was on one. He had 11 straight completions. He almost let them down to a touchdown drive. 2 false start penalties killed them. These idiots kicked the field goal. Like, bro, you haven't scored an offensive touchdown all game. What
Mm-hmm.
makes you think you're gonna kick this field goal, stop Philly, and drive all the way down Philly to get another touchdown? Like, come on, let's be real. Go for the touchdown now and decide for that. And then if you don't get the touchdown, get a 3-0, and you're still in good position to get another touchdown. Like, I don't know what was wrong with that. So I
It's
would say that.
Cleveland.
Yeah, like they terrible, man. So, but and on another thing, the Browns are the only team that haven't scored 20 points or more. They were this close to making that happen against y'all. You know, so like, but a win is a win. You had to get the W. Y'all got the W. You know, like it was like one of those like sometimes you got to see the like in basketball. You got sometimes I don't care how it goes in. I got to see the shot go in. I remember the Kings when we first got Mike Brown. We went 0-4. And we was and the fans were like, bro, I mean, y'all say y'all changing stuff. What's going on? Like, what's going on? And then we finally got a win against Miami. We were blowing them out, and they came all the way back. It came down to the last wire. We finally won, and then we won a 7-game win streak. You know, so sometimes you just need that win to get back on the right track. But and lastly, what's up, your boy AJ? What's up, your boy? Walking at your fans, dog. Like, but I know everybody said it, but I'm gonna say it too. This man started yelling at the fans. And then I see your boy Brandon Graham laughing too. Laughing at him doing that. By the way, your boy had a big stop that game. He had
Brandon Graham.
yeah, when they tried to do that
Yes.
that reverse, that wide receiver screen, that wide receiver can't think of the word.
The sweep, jet sweep.
Sweep.
Mm-hmm.
That was a
Huge
big
stop.
stop. That was
Huge
a
stop.
huge stop. So shout out to Brandon Graham. He turned up too after that. But he yelled at the fans and then bring his kids to the press conference. Y'all don't yell at me, y'all. I got the kids here. Don't yell at me. Treat me nice. And then he comes on the next day and apologize. So Sirianni right now, he cut his hair. You know what I mean? You can tell right now Sirianni is like drowning right now. I think he is. Like, but I do like the fact that the team told him we need you back. We need you back. You know, we gotta get back to who you gotta be. But Giants is a big game for y'all, AJ. That's a really big game for y'all. I gotta say, Jalen Hurts is 1-5 at MetLife. 1-5. Y'all own the New York teams in Philly. When y'all go to New York for some reason, y'all be having issues, bro. I don't know what it is.
That turf.
So I would say I feel the same because y'all got y'all stars back and y'all still look the same. I feel like y'all should look much better than I did. AJ looked good, Devontae looked good, but as a team, I'm watching y'all as a unit, and it's like I don't sense fear. I want to be able to watch y'all and be like, okay, we gotta get ready for these boys. I didn't see that Sunday, so I would say the same.
So this is my thing, bro. I'm glad you said that. How do I feel? I'll answer the question right away. I definitely feel better, but it's not I'm on 100 now. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's one of those, I can't say I feel the same because I felt like crap last week because we got beat by felt like 50 points and we didn't have AJ and Devontae. And my biggest thing is I want to see AJ on the field look like AJ. I want to see Devontae back on the field looking like Devontae. And I want to see how Hurts looking with them both on the field together again. That's what I need to see. If I consider that in what I'm looking at, I liked what I've seen from all three of them. I thought Jalen played an efficient game. He made the plays that he needed to make when he needed to make them. You know what I mean? No turnovers, big time throws downfield. You know what I'm saying? Got Grant, I'm just not even gonna try to say his last name. Got the backup tight end involved in the middle of the field a touch on the sideline.
Only catch in the middle of the field, but go ahead.
Yeah, it was. Like, and I loved it. And I'm like, okay, they ain't doing no more, which is all good. 4 receptions for like 64 yards from my backup tight end. That's not something that I expected, but I love to see it because it just shows that trust is there, and you need that with Jalen. You got to trust his guys. So I like that. And even though we played the Browns, I thought the defense played decent. I thought they played decent. Obviously, they played better than how they played Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, but that's Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers compared to the Browns. My biggest thing, Joe, is say the Eagles went out there and won by 50. What was we going to say? It's the Browns. I'd have said, it's cool. I'm glad that we went out there and showed what we could do, but it's Cleveland. I seen Washington blow them out. I seen Dallas blow them out. I seen the Giants beat them. So, like, you beating them by 50, even though, of course, as a fan, I wanted to see that. Though, let's not get it twisted. I said it would be easy, and they didn't make it easy, right? And so, of course, as a fan, I wanted to see that, but you didn't do that. You know what I mean? So if you blow the Browns out, it really don't mean much, right? You win a tight game against the Browns. We're gonna say exactly what we're saying right now. y'all didn't really look like the Eagles. Like, what's going on? But y'all got the job done. Lord, God forbid they lose the game. They lose the game. It's like Nick is gone. Jalen should be traded. Maybe we release AJ and Devontae and we just rebuild the whole team. I mean, that's what the notion will be. And so, really, in a way, it was kind of a lose, lose, lose. Just make sure you win the game. Just beat the Cleveland Browns, get the Cleveland Browns out of the way. When I look at the rest of the NFC, you hit on something that I definitely want to hit on because everybody's going to talk about how the Eagles win this game. And, myself included, because, again, I wanted to see a blowout. But everybody's going to talk about how they win this game and Nick Sirianni's shenanigans that I'll get to in a hot second over the fact that they just won the football game and got to the next week. I'm like, bro, let me look at the rest of the NFL for a second because it seemed like the Eagles are one of those few teams because we have expectations of getting to the Super Bowl and we have all these players. You want to see dominance every week. So I'm like, let's look at the rest of the NFL. I look at the 49ers. I got it all here, right here in my notes. I look at the 49ers. They came out, they smoked the Jets week 1. We like the 49ers, so like they the best team. They going to run it back. Next 2 games, they lose back-to-back. Dallas come out. They blow the Browns out. We just seen what happened to Dallas. That was crazy. We're going to talk about that shortly. The Buccaneers, they put 37 on y'all. Then they came out and beat the Lions. Looked amazing. Then they get smoked by the Broncos. They smoke us. Then they turn around and lose to the Falcons and then drop 51 on the Saints. It's like I walk away thinking it's the NFL, bro. Even though you want to look a certain way, right now, this early in the season, that's not going to win us no Super Bowl. Playing flawless football right now don't mean nothing. Because at the end of the day, you want to be clicking on all cylinders when it matters. Getting closer to the playoffs, when it's time to win the division, when it's time to win the conference, when it's time to go to the Super Bowl. That's when you want to be clicking. Not really right now. Right now, what I like about the Eagles is I see us trying to build, getting healthy and building. That's what it's about. Let's stack these wins and let's progressively get better. And I'll also look around and say I feel better because, I mean, did the Commanders win? Did the Commanders win? Nah. Did the Cowboys win? Nah. Did the Giants win? Nah. Oh, we good. We straight. You know how I am, Joe, as a fan. I'm just trying to win the division step by step. Let's get the division. Let's see about the conference. Let's make a run. That's how I feel ultimately. I do want to get to Nick, bro. I'm going to say something that I have yet to say. And I think it's appropriate to say it now. And it's going to sound crazy coming from me. I stand with Nick, bro. I stand with Nick, bro. Nick is far from a flawless head coach. Far from a flawless head coach. Nick do some of the silliest stuff sometimes. It don't make sense to me when it comes to his play calling. But when it comes to Nick's enthusiasm, his attitude, the fact that I know he's a hard worker, the fact that he takes every bullet that could possibly come towards the Eagles, he know he didn't call that 31 play. That was Kellen Moore. But he said, yeah, I called that play. He know he didn't call a third down play in for the defense. We all know Fangio called the play. But what do you say? Yeah, I caught that play. That's on me. Jalen Hurts throw an interception. Yeah, maybe we should have trained and practiced that differently. We got him going through certain progressions, and we probably should have had him starting on the left side instead of the right side. And that's why he turned the ball over. He takes grenades and bullets for everyone on the team. So my message for Philly and the fans and especially for the players is, bro, if he backing us in that kind of way, the players, and he backs the fans in a way, which I'll get to the little fan interaction, but he's always backed the fans. Why not back him in this moment while everybody talking crazy? I done heard people say he a clown. I done heard people say he a joke. Like the man don't still win games, where he still wins games somehow, some way. And the fan interaction, bro, tied at 10-10 going into halftime. You got 30,000, 40,000 people chanting "Fire Nick," bro, going into half. Fired. Bro, really take a moment as humans, bro, to just imagine that for a hot second. You mess up on your job. You doing the best that you can. You mess up on your job, even though you know expectations are high, you make a mistake. There's been a lot of mistakes on the way, but you got a pretty good resume overall. You just had a bad season the previous year. And this year it's been a little bumpy, but you got a chance to go to 3-2, and the rest of the division might lose, and you'll be in second place. Only reason why you really in second place is because you ain't played the Giants yet, and we had a bye week, right? And you hear the whole stadium at your job, fire Joe, fire Joe, fire Joe. You look around like, yo, my bad, but that's how y'all feel. And then after the game, me being me, I might say something back too, even though it's just the Browns. Even though I struggled, y'all still want me gone? We found a way to win. We still building. What happens if we win this next 4 games? Y'all still gonna feel that way? These antics, these things that y'all said, these things that y'all don't like. Did y'all feel that way in 2022? No, we loved it. We, as Eagles fans, we ate it up. Everything he did, that's so Philly. It's so Philly. He going for it on fourth. He trusts his players. He passing on 3rd and 1, and it's a bomb to Smitty. Oh, we loved it. Now it's not working, and we bashing the man. That's why I say I stand with Nick, bro. I know my guy trying. I know my guy doing the best he can. He under a lot of pressure, and I think he need that support from at least the fans and the players because he ain't getting it nowhere else, man. So I'm happy with 3-2. We could look better, obviously, but I'm cool with looking okay right now. We don't want to peak right now. We don't want to peak right now. Around, you know what I'm saying, December, January, getting into that playoffs, that's when you want to peak. So I'm not mad at it, bro. I'm not mad at it. And I stand with Nick. It looked crazy, but I stand with Nick, man. Real talk.
So look, all right, let me address that first. Now, AJ, if you were in the locker room with Philly, then I understand. I get it. Because although when Nick Sirianni was taking a bullet for everybody, we came on here, we still let Kellen Moore get it. We came on here, we still let Jalen Hurts get it.
Facts.
Just because Nick Sirianni gonna take the bullet for you, you were still wrong. We gonna let you know you're wrong. So I get it if you're a player, like Jalen Hurts and them should get like Jason Kelsey. They asked him on the Monday Night Show how you feel about it. He said, obviously he probably felt that's the wrong way to handle it, but that energy that he gave, that's a Nick they need. Like he turned it into like something positive. You can tell he had his back. He didn't want to bash him. That was his guy. But he was wrong because at the end of the day, you know what team you signed up for? The Philadelphia Eagles. The rowdiest fans in sports, for real. Like one of the benefits of being an Eagles coach, when you go to the stadium, they the rowdiest dudes. If when y'all on a high, oh my gosh, you can't tell Philly fans nothing. But when you slumming, just go ask Ben Simmons how Philly fans be treating. When you slumming,
but being quit though.
no, I get you in that. But when you slumming, they gonna let you know. When you're not doing your job well, they gonna let you know. They didn't expect y'all to go to halftime 10-10 with them. When they just saw just a week ago, the Commanders was up 21 to 3 at halftime. They're like, come on, bro. We're supposed to be competing with this dude. And we got the whole squad back in this 10-10. Yeah, we're gonna say fire Nick. But if you turn this around, yeah, we're gonna be back on your bandwagon. That's what fans do. Fans are emotional. Fans lead off emotion. They leave off what they see right now. So last thing you want to do is cause a riot against the fans. Because now you're gonna have fans coming to the stadium booing you even more. You don't want that. You don't want that happening. I won't be surprised if when y'all play the Giants, y'all go down, they booing y'all again because of what Nick did. So that's what he signed up for. And I feel like as a head coach, you got to be able to control yourself and not go at the fans. Control yourself and get better. Go ahead.
This my thing. This is 2 parts to this. One, I think at the end of the day, I completely agree with you. As a as a head coach in the National Football League, a head coach of any team, you got to find a way to be above it all. You got to find a way to be mature and not respond to certain stuff. I completely agree with that. The flip side to that, though, is you're right, bro. Philly is tough to play in. It's tough to coach, especially when the expectations are super high. I don't like the fact, even though he's a head coach, and even though he's not flawless, and even though he's made a ton of mistakes over the last really year and a quarter, year and a fifth, right? I don't like the fact that you can have 20, 30,000 people not booing you chanting for your job to be gone, and you can't respond at all. That's my only thing. And this is the thing. As players, because you brought up the players, as players, you see that. You know one way to not get booed and not deal with that no more? Ball
All out.
out. Ball out. Because now what you got? You got a situation where you in that foxhole with him now. He, no
Mm-hmm.
matter what, he a head coach. And from my understanding, y'all like him. I be searching for it. Do any of y'all not like Coach? And like legit, I'll be looking, bro. I'll be looking every little source I have, bro. I'll be filtering through to find to see if see if any anonymous sources or anybody outside of the little Jalen Hurts stuff, if anybody come out and flat out say we don't like Coach. Nobody says it. Everywhere you look, they back him. So now you know that's your coach. You in that foxhole with him, man. We got the fans booing us. We got the fans chanting for your job to be gone, right? We got the national media saying that you a clown and saying that we a joke and all of this other stuff. It's us against the world now. And that's really Philly, for real, for real. That's the not underdog, but that's like the underdog like a mentality that
I
he
mean,
preaches
underdog.
on a day to day. Yeah, like that's the mentality they live and breathe that. That's the situation and the environment that they thrive in. Even when it comes to the stories of certain Sirianni's story, underrated, when he first got hired, people was like, who is that? Why would you hire Nick Sirianni? He had that bad opening press conference where it's like, myself included, what is this? Jalen Hurts, when he was first drafted, it's like, bro, we got Carson. Why are we drafting Jalen Hurts of all people in the second round? Like a lot of people, AJ Brown, they traded that man, said, look, we finna draft a rookie, bro. We don't believe you really like that. And if we do, we really don't want to pay you like that. You know what I mean? Like Devontae Smith, you too small. Like it's a lot of different stories for all of the players, that underdog like story that I feel like in this situation now, which is the reason why I say I back him, because I feel like this is the perfect, even though I know he's not gonna hear this is the perfect time to back him. Like, yo, now
Yeah, I
let's
agree with that.
rally. Now let's rally now. Let's feed off the energy of people calling us crazy. And Nick, like the player said, keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. We want to keep that energy coming. Now you got to deal with it if we take L's and we don't show up. But now you have even more of an incentive to show up and play ball, especially if you like that coach and you don't want that coach to be under fire 24/7. Like, bro, I'm a fan, and I've stated how I feel about Nick numerous times. I just been like, Nick he be ticking me off, right? But even how I feel about Nick, hearing analysts, multiple people say he a clown, offended me, bro. Like, oh, bro, that's still my coach, though. This coach still he still got us to a Super Bowl. He still win games. Like, he be ticking me off, but that's still my coach. And I feel like a lot of them players feel that too. Like, all right, bro, we get it, but y'all getting very disrespectful now. Okay, it's just more motivation, bro. Let's turn it up. I like what we doing. I like how we building. I like the spot that we're in. As rough as this look, bro, I will take 3-2 right now. Just keep building. Long as you are hitting on all cylinders when it matters, I think you cool. And again, bro, I like what Jalen Hurts looked like when the weapons back. I like what my boy looking like when he got his dog. At least really with AJ back. Devontae's one thing. When AJ back, oh, it's hey,
he
go
gave
get
him a
it,
lot of chances too. He was throwing
boy.
that
Hey,
left
go
side of
get
the
it,
field.
man.
But like
AJ came up with the
I do
craziest
want to
catches.
respond to something you said though. You said this last I'm gonna say about it's y'all wasn't like in a lose-lose. See, the question is better, worse, or the same. If y'all would have won, like undoubtedly, like I would have won like landslide, I would have felt better. When y'all win and it's a struggle, same. If y'all lose, worse. I
Fair.
look at this game like the Giants versus the Cowboys. And remember, we was like, oh, they gonna whoop the Giants. I remember you put in the chat, you was like, oh, 52. He said some wild score.
Yeah, you're
I
right,
thought
right.
too. And then even though the Cowboys won, I felt like they lost. I'm like, God, y'all don't look the same. You know what I mean? Even against Pittsburgh, they won. It was like, I still don't feel good about y'all. I only good part about that game, Pittsburgh, is Dak had a game winning drive. Outside of that, like, I don't feel too good about y'all. I still feel the same. And that's how I feel about this Browns game. Even though They had 0 offensive touchdowns. The game would have been different. They would never blocked that field goal.
bro.
But just watching y'all, it's like I watched that game. I was like, dang, and like I said, I gave y'all a pass with the Bucks game because y'all didn't have y'all. Like you and Kev always tell me y'all record without Lane Johnson. Like y'all don't. It's a L. It's gonna be an L most
Yeah,
likely. You know what I mean? And y'all don't have AJ and Devontae. Come on, man. And the Bucks been hot offensively. I mean, it just dropped 51 yesterday. 2 years ago. So that's how I feel about that.
I want to say before we move on, it'll be quick. I want to say, remember what I said last week about Cleveland, bro. Cleveland defense is still good, but they need something to play for. And I felt like when we was marching, we had all the momentum. It's 10-3. We probably about to at least put up 3, if not a touchdown on this drive. We had 3 timeouts, Joe. Got to the line, burned the timeout. I'm like, we finna do something stupid. I just knew. I'm like, we finna do something stupid, bro. Drop back pass, sack, block kick for a touchdown. Coming out of halftime now, that defense feel like you got a shot to win the game. And that's why I feel like ultimately it ended up being closer to what it should have been. Because that defense was like, okay, we got a shot. Myles Garrett then heated up. You know, in the locker room, they like, we here. Whereas y'all was smart and y'all put them away early. And they like, man, we ain't coming back. But it was a tie game. They like, we here. So we had to get it out the mud. But Philly, I ain't tripping. It's still very early. Just stay healthy and continue to build. We'll see how we look against the Giants. I'll take the ugly wins so long as it's not the whole season.
Yeah, like last year,
like at some point, yes. Later on, we want to start killing. But for right now, man, just stack the wins. Commanders is winning games. You know, we passed the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys got some more L's coming up.
They got the Niners next week.
I'm just you know what I mean? So that's why I'm just like, and the NFC is tight right now, bro. You got so many teams that's competing at a high level in the NFC, bro. Like it's a lot of 4-2 teams. It's an undefeated team. It's a 4-1 team. Like, so like right now, bro, for me, first half of the season, just win as many games as you can, bro. Don't care how it look. But eventually you want to start looking like a true contender. That's how I feel about it.
I think this Giants game is so big because
for sure.
It's a division game. And this is a game where I'm like, y'all gotta win.
Saquon Barkley revenge game too. Like you have to win this game.
Come on, man. Like if y'all drop this game, it's like dang. Like you know what I mean? Like
to me, Joe, all of these games are must like you have to beat the Jags, but this really it's more onto it because it's the Giants. But and it's the division rival. But you gotta beat the Jags, you gotta beat the Giants, and you again, bro, Joe Burrow's gonna be Joe Burrow, but you gotta find a way to outscore him too, bro.
Find a way to outscore.
Like you gotta win these games, bro.
They ain't scored like it's the Giants though, so that's a good sign right there for y'all.
That's true. Very true.
And the Giants missing an offensive lineman, Thomas. He's out. He might be out for the year. So
yeah, that defensive line crazy though.
Woo.